Thank you and welcome to the show for today. I am Alana McLaughlin and you are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show I have Sarah and Liz from Nashville Girls Who Walk, here to discuss their backgrounds, educations, and ultimately the impact they seek to have on Tennessee women. Thank you ladies for joining me this morning. And to just kind of get this first segment rolling, Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Just tell me a little bit about baby Sarah, what those early childhood years looked like.
Yeah, so I'm originally from New Jersey, born and raised there. My parents are actually brother and everybody's still up there, but moved to Tennessee about 10 years ago. Originally Murfreesboro. I went to college at MTSU. Loved Tennessee so much I couldn't leave. Then got a job. My day job's Philips Healthcare. I work for there as a digital marketing folk. So yeah, I mean the early years, yeah, just growing up in New Jersey, doing all of the beach and the boardwalk, and I used to do a lot of music, so playing guitar, songwriting, and all the things.
Awesome.
And theater, all that, and then Nashville kind of fell into place perfectly.
And Liz, kind of same thing.
Yeah, I moved around a lot when I was younger, so but grew up in Oregon for the most part. Played lots of sports growing up. My family's a hockey family, so my brother and I was so competitive when I was younger that we both tried out hockey when I was like 5 and he was 6, and I told my parents I did not want to play anymore because he was better than me. So yeah, like grew up in Eugene, Oregon, and grateful that moved around a lot growing up because it kind of gave me the courage to move away and find kind of my own spot here in Nashville, and kind of taught me how to like reach out to people and how I've like found this group and everything too. So
tell me about your transition to Nashville.
Yeah, quite different. I want to get away from the Pacific Northwest. I was sick of the rain, sick of just tired of the West. And we grew up there for a long time, and so coming to Nashville, quite different, but I love it. Like ever since being here, people are so nice. I love the sunshine, and so last year was actually a really wet year, so I thought I did not escape the rain, but this year, you know, we just got a lot of snow instead. But Nashville has been just the best. People are so kind, welcoming, and just been really great.
And ladies, I want to talk about you guys' kind of early childhood experiences with fitness. I know you kind of like let the cat out early with the hockey, but Sarah, just kind of, and Liz, just kind of tell me what fitness in the household or in childhood looked like. Were your parents like gym rats, or were you in athletics, like stuff like that?
Yeah, so honestly, I've evolved a lot as a human. I feel like when I was a kid, I was not a social butterfly at all, like very introverted, and my mom was always worried I like wouldn't make friends. And so she threw me in every sport to see what would stick to like make friends. And so I played soccer, softball, cheerleading, you name it, I probably did it, gymnastics. So soccer stuck around for a while, and cheerleading, and then I cheered majority of my younger years. Loved that, and I loved soccer, honestly. I did that for a while. Softball was great, and gymnastics and all that, but those were the two that were the best. But yeah, so honestly, it started out just being a way for my mom to just try to make me talk to the people, and then it wound up being some things that I love. So.
And Liz, kind of that same background.
Yeah, grew up in sports, very sporty spice family. Just played basketball growing up, soccer, and ran cross country too. But I'm also the clumsiest person ever. So like, there was a few seasons where I was like out for basketball because I would like hit my head or something. So yeah, I've always had like 2 left feet. So always the hardest person, not the most athletic. So I just know that that's just where my strengths are. But yeah, being active was always just so big for my family for sure.
And ladies, to kind of wrap this first segment, I want to talk about how you guys cross paths. Before we get into actually the inspiration behind Nashville Girls Who Walk, how did you two awesome ladies like cross paths?
Yeah, it was actually the walk club. So I have to tell the story.
No, I was going to say it if you didn't.
So when it was like maybe like the 5th walk that Nashville Girls Who Walk had, and Liz had came a little late. Like I was always like an advocate, like starting on time, and so we would always start the walks like right at the like posting time. And it happened to be Liz's first walk where she showed up, I don't know, not even that late. It was like 5 minutes late.
Couldn't find parking. I'm also chronically late to everything, so.
So then I happened to like start the walk, and then all of a sudden I turn around and I see her like sprinting, trying to get to like where like the group was. And I was like, I felt so bad, and at the end of the walk, like I apologized to her and everything. I was like, I'm sorry, like I will make sure that going forward, like we start like maybe 5 minutes later, like because ever since, like I still have that mental like image of her just like running, trying to catch up. And then I mean the rest, like she just kept coming to the walks, and then we became friends, and then she showed interest for like wanting to help with the group. So
and now we're here, and ladies, in our second and third segments, we're going to talk about the inspiration behind Nashville Girls Who Walk. We're going to talk about different fitness social clubs that are in the United States and how they kind of relate to Nashville Girls Who Walk, and ultimately the impact that y'all seek to have on Tennessee women. And I encourage our viewers to tune into the second segment of Perspectives, where Sarah, Liz, and I will be discussing Nashville Girls Who Walk. Welcome to the second segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning on Perspectives, I have Sarah and Liz here to discuss Nashville Girls Who Walk. In our first segment, we talked about their early backgrounds and educations. Neither lady is from here in Tennessee, but they've both moved here, and they've both now had an impact on Tennessee. We're going to further talk about Nashville Girls Who Walk and the impact that they seek to leave on Tennessee women. So ladies, we're just going to pick back up where we just left off.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the inspiration behind Nashville Girls Who Walk. I know that we've seen other, walking fitness clubs for women in the United States, but we didn't necessarily just have one in Nashville. I want to talk about that idea, kind of the birth of Nashville Girls Who Walk.
Yeah, I love that, the birth of Nashville.
It's like beautiful. It is your baby, so absolutely.
So honestly, it started out with an Instagram page. So it started with TikTok actually. So I happened to be scrolling through TikTok, and Dallas has a walk club for women, and there was like 200 girls walking through the park, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing. So I looked, because I wanted to join in myself with the Nashville one, and there wasn't at the time. I was like, okay, like in my head, I just always like starting things, I feel like. So like I was like, okay, like if I'm thinking we need one, someone else is thinking this. And so I created an Instagram just because my digital marketing brain, like I just instantly, that was the first thing I thought of. And I just launched the first walk, and just started with an Instagram, and it kind of grew from there, and bringing Liz on board and just really making it blossom in different ways.
Now, I'm curious to know, kind of how'd you set up that first walk? Tell me venue, how you kind of advertise to people, the reception. Tell me about that first walk.
Yeah, so I mean,
and Liz, you're free to, I'm sorry, you're free to interject.
I don't want you to doing great. No.
But seriously, either just let me know how that first walk went.
Yeah, so the first walk, a lot of thought went into it, because I wanted it to be like, and like even today, like we always try to think of locations that like kind of go with like where people live, So our first walk was Shelby Park. Great location, great central location. So like it's right, like it's east, but it's still like kind of right in the center of the city. Just finding that location was the main target, and then just promoting it like I did, like the digital marketing brain of me, I just like promoted in different like ways of like boosting the post, and like going to Facebook, because Facebook was the next route of like creating that Facebook page and stuff, and just reaching that target audience. And going from there.
You posted in different girls groups too. So I was in like the Nashville Girls group on Facebook, and I think this was after the first walk. I think it was like the first or second walk, and she had posted in there, and I had just moved about like maybe a month ago, and saw that. I was like, well, I want to meet people, I want to join, so thought it was perfect. I was late for the first one, so like not the first one she talked. I was like so late for the first one, like went to the wrong location, and then the I think it was like the third one that I finally made it to. Yes, exactly.
She's been on time since.
No, that's awesome. And kind of tell me about just establishing a mission statement and the vision behind Nashville Girls Who Walk. If you could summarize your big mission, what would that be? And both of you ladies, feel free to chime in, because I know there's not just one set of values or missions. It serves lots of purposes. So kind of tell me what it means to you two.
Yeah. Liz, you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our biggest focus to me is the community aspect. So getting people involved in it's been the best way that I have made friends, and just knowing that your community helps you through so many aspects in life, and so you can grow through your community too. So making it the community focus, and also making it a safe place too, of just like people want to come, they feel welcomed, and you can either come every single week or come once a month. Like, we're going to be there, and that's kind of what I think of when I think of community too. It's like people that are there, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, like, you just see so many people, like girls now, that like they found their roommates through the group. They found like people to spend New Year's with, like different holidays. Like, you see them traveling on trips together, and it's just like, that's the group we started that's making that happen. It's so cool.
And I want to talk about kind of fitness in women. I know that for a lot of women who may be insecure or may not be in the best health, hearing Nashville Girls Who Walk, like the walk part is just, it's just over with. It's intimidating, and that's understandable, because a lot of times when we think about fitness clubs or social activities that involve fitness, you think that it's like super intense, you have to have this like cut body. And so I want to kind of talk about fitness in relation to you guys, and how you all kind of welcome bodies of all types, health types, just how you all are kind of diverse in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the main point is walk, right? So we don't choose locations because we're welcoming to all, like whether like someone like is disabled and needs a wheelchair, whatever the case is. We make sure that the path is like pretty like surface and not a lot of hills, so that it's welcoming to everyone, no matter what shape or if they can walk or whatever the case is. So that is very helpful to know. But also, yeah, just we take our own paces. So like we always say at the beginning of each walk, like, you can be at the back, you can be at the front, like, you just take your time, and there's usually somebody you can walk with no matter what your pace is.
Yeah, we always emphasize buddying up. So like, if someone's walking alone, just like, you know, grab a buddy, like make conversation. That's been our biggest focus, and we always set the route out ahead of time, and so it's usually like 3 miles to an hour, depending on the day time. If it's a little extra hilly, if we go to McCabe, sometimes, you know, just depends on where we're at. But we always make sure that everyone is accounted for too. So we take a picture at the beginning, and that's helpful too, to do the picture at the beginning, because then you can kind of see, like, we try and keep track of everyone. We haven't lost anybody, at least that we know of, you know. But people kind of just like go at their own pace, and you know, we always go back and check that, you know, we make sure everyone's coming, that people are back before we move on.
Wow. And about how many it's constituents you guys have. I don't even want to say employees.
It's like members.
Yeah. How many members do you guys have of Nashville Girls Who Walk? Those people who are kind of in those designated spots to kind of check on others, to usher people in those roles.
So it's honestly just the two of us at the moment. So we are thinking about rolling out something to like
ambassadors, kind of, and like
in the future. That's a New Year's goal, honestly, for us. So
I mean, we have created some like good friends that, you know, if we have an extra big group of like, hey, you know, there's like, can you spread out? Can you like go introduce yourself to these people over here? And everyone that has come to the groups have just been, people want to be there to make friends. And I think that's the best part about it too, is, you know, they're there to be around people. So that's one of the easier. Yes, you know? Exactly.
And in our final segment, we're going to pick back up on just some of the mechanisms that you guys use to make the walks fun and safe for everyone. We're going to talk about the impact that you all seek to have on not only Tennessee women, but women in general, through confidence, through fitness, through social clubs. And I encourage our viewers to tune into the final segment of Perspectives, where we will be discussing Nashville Girls Who Walk. Welcome to the final segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning on Perspectives, I have Sarah and Liz here to discuss Nashville Girls Who Walk. We discuss their backgrounds, educations, and ultimately the birth of Nashville Girls Who Walk and the impact that they seek to leave on Tennessee women. Ladies, just jumping right back in, I want to start off this third segment by talking about what a day at a walk looks like. So just take me through from waking up that morning, the preparation, what you're wearing, the gear you bring. Take me through what a walk day looks like.
Yeah, so Honestly, yeah, waking up, we usually have our walks like midday, so around like 11 a.m. So waking up, kind of preparing, like, of course, having your like breakfast and water and all of that. Make sure that you're healthy going into the walk. And then for me personally, I have to make sure, because we take a group photo at the beginning of the walk, so making sure I have the tripod going and the name tags, because we do name tags at each walk at the beginning. Awesome. Like as people are mingling and just getting there, they get their name tag, put it on, so that it's a great addition.
That's awesome. I know, right? 'Cause I hate being like, hey, what's your name?
Yeah, forgetting, you know.
Yeah. It's helpful for us too. So, but yeah. So then we get to the walk. We both get there about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before it starts.
Sometimes I still get there right on time. So, and I tell people too, we have a Discord, so like a group chat that people can comment in, and so I tell people like, hey, reach out to me on there if you're like running late, hey, I'm around the corner. I probably am too, so I'll wait up for you. You know, just like reach out to me on there so I can know.
It's a big help.
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Having someone that's always late is a great idea. Keep myself in the job.
Well, it's great because I'm usually like leading the walk, so I'm at the front line, which for better or worse, because usually it's walking pretty fast. And then she'll take the back half, so it's nice to like have somebody at the back, somebody at the front, so that like at the end, like we're still like, if I haven't seen Liz yet, then I know there's more girls back there.
For everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of take me through what the actual walk looks like. Are you this is just women kind of walking next to each other, and so I heard you mention sometimes it might be 3 miles or 5 miles. What would you say the most common distance is?
Like I'd range it like 2.8. So 2.5 to 3. We never go past 3 miles. Yet at least.
We always do about 3 miles, and then kind of the same thing, which we make sure no one gets left behind. Is if people bring their dogs, people bring their kids, like we welcome it all. So sometimes we'll have like a few things ahead of time. Like we partnered with a few like brands where they'll bring like goodies ahead of time. So we encourage people, hey, get here early. This is what we have going on, and so that helps keep the group all together too.
And kind of tell me what it looks like after the walk. I know that you're examining the photo, making sure everybody's together, and once you've kind of verified that everyone's made it, what does the rest of the day look like?
Yeah, so at the end of the walks, like in my little notepad, like I have a couple announcements that I say at the end, and then Liz and I stay a little like 20 minutes, 30 minutes afterwards, because again, we have our group chat, so like they can scan our phones and then enter a group chat, and then of course if they have any questions that we're there to answer, and then after that I post the group photo, I create the graphic and post it to the Instagram and the Facebook and the TikTok and all the things.
With the pink,
And a lot of times right after the walk too, people that have like become friends or like just about that day on the walk, like they'll go get coffee together, they'll get lunch, and sometimes there's a group of people afterwards like, hey, we have nothing going on, like let's go to lunch. And so that's like part of forming the friendships too, is you go out afterwards too. That's one of the fun things.
That's so awesome. Now I want to talk about some of the past events that you guys have had. We talked about that first walk at Shelby Park. Tell me some other parks, and then kind of tell me what the future of Nashville Girls Who Walk looks like. What do you guys have planned, dreams, ideas? I want to hear it all.
Lots of dreams. I actually have a notepad on my phone of all of the dreams of the group eventually.
Tell me some of them, if you can think of it. Yeah.
So honestly, we spoke on one of the ambassador type program to kind of get people more involved and help out us as well, of making sure everybody feels welcome at each walk. But then others, like Liz actually brought something up the other day that I think would be really exciting.
Yeah, so focusing on different, like what people's interests are. So we have been doing some like fitness groups too. We'll partner with different fitness studios like Stride Fitness. We've partnered with them, and trying out different restaurants too. We'll have a happy hour. One thing that we want to start doing is like a networking event. And so having like local businesses, like women-owned businesses, business owners, where we can connect and kind of like grow our networks and kind of still growing the community and bringing new ideas to Nashville, and just becoming like we're stronger together. That's at the end of the day, that's kind of like our mindset, is we're stronger together. And as our group grows, like we see that too. I mean, we can't go to certain parks anymore because we just take up kind of the whole way, and
yeah.
we've gotten yelled by a few bikers. You know, we're working on our etiquette, you know, our pathway etiquette, but you know, sometimes we'll have upwards to like 100 girls, and so we have to really you know, from that, at least, how can we connect with people on different levels and then also at a high level too? So it's one of the dreams is this networking event. That's the next thing kind of in the works.
Oh my goodness, this is I'm so excited for this because I'm going to be a part of this. Ladies, I want to talk about, if you could just summarize, in both of you, the impact that you personally, not just through Nashville Girls Who Walk, but just as women, the impact that you seek to leave on both Tennessee and Tennessee women. And Sarah, I'll start. Tell me what Sarah's impact is going to be. Yes, through Nashville Girls Who Walk, but Sarah.
Honestly, I lean into the safety feature of it all because as women, as unfortunate as to say, I mean, it's hard to just want to like go for a walk in the park and feel completely safe. So like that is the impact. If anything else I want to leave behind, and for us in the group, is just to make women feel safer and know that there's a space like at least once a week where they can walk with a group and feel that nothing bad's going to happen.
And you know, just piggybacking off of that, we all heard about this Vanderbilt student that was killed, the Belmont student that was killed while walking. And the thing that just disturbed me the most was like, God, this is a young girl, she's a college freshman, and just wanted to take a walk. And it wasn't that late at night. It wasn't like, she wasn't far from campus either.
Yeah.
So she did everything right.
Yeah.
And was still just injured. And that really put things into perspective for me in a real negative way. It showed me that we can't just up and walk near our college campus, you know, after class. And so I especially appreciate that safety aspect because that's real. Yeah. And it's especially something that I think a lot of younger women too. I'm 21 and I know the student was 18. So a lot of like 16 to 20-year-old women, we want to work out and we want to just walk with our headphones on. And thank you for creating a safe space for that. And now, Liz, tell me the impact that you seek to leave.
Yeah, one thing about Sarah is I will say she's like embodies that whole safetyness too, because if you need a friend, if you need someone to call, like Sarah's that person, no matter if she met you that day or what. Like if you need someone to go walk with, Sarah's the person to call. So she is already doing that through her character too. I would say for me, the biggest thing is community and friendship. Like I like to call myself a professional friend maker. Like I love making friends. I love introducing people. I love just connecting with people. So that's what I want to leave, is a way for people to connect and people to grow their friendships and just know that there's people out there and there's friends out there and that we're stronger together and that we can accomplish great things when we do it together. Community stronger.
You are so right. Ladies, to wrap this final segment, tell me the ways that the community can support you two as women. Plug yourself in the ways that the community can support Nashville Girls Who Walk.
Yeah, I mean, the first step, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media you have, even LinkedIn. We're on it all, Yelp even. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yelp is great. So, yeah.
And Liz, kind of the same thing, social media?
Yeah, follow us on the Instagram, and our website's up there. Come to a walk. Come to a walk, hang out with us, talk with us. Like I wanna meet people, you know, and us with this networking event too that we plan on doing. Like reach out to me, reach out to Sarah, come to a walk
and just make a friend.
Yes, exactly.
And that's like kind of the perfect way to end off this final segment. Just come, just have a good time, make a friend, and make an impact on your community. Ladies, thank you so much for coming to discuss Nashville Girls Who Walk. And to my viewers, thank you for allowing me the space to share one more perspective.